champion of the world, Dr. SteelHammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time to go to the big boys. I'm talking about the man at top of the tree, Wladimir Klitschko, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He returns to the first time in New York against Bryant Jennings. What
do you call his name?
Bye-bye.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Didn't know that, you know? Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Klitschko's first fight in America since the fight with Sultan Bagharov, which was not a very nice performance domestically. Yeah. But he's back on HBO. He's come for a great performance against Pulev. Ade.
Fantastic performance against Pulev.
Yeah.
Fantastic performance. Look, we done the Pulev Klitschko video, and by the way, people, if you haven't seen our, check it out. The back and forth between Pulev and Klitschko fans took that video to this astronomical numbers because they were going crazy with each other. We both thought it was going to be a close fight. Yeah. Pulev was definitely considered by most people the number two in the division. What he did to him was unbelievable. Yeah. Look, some people talk about fights coming too early for people. Yeah. In terms of, you know, almost do your apprenticeship, if you like, first. Bryant Jennings needs to have done his apprenticeship before he tried to step in the ring against the undisputed heavyweight champion.
He needs to do his apprenticeship, his PhD, his doctorate, masters, everything.
Yeah. This is
a fight too far.
Way too far. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's not putting down Bryant Jennings. He's unbeaten. He's a good fighter. But it was in a tour fight. No, who did he fight prior to this? That got him
Matt Perez.
That's it. I always get it. Yeah. That doesn't get you a fight against Wladimir for me. Yeah. That doesn't beating up Perez, even in a close fight, doesn't get you anywhere near the undisputed champ. And look, he's got a good skill set. He ticks boxes. But this is Wladimir Klitschko we're talking about right now.
Okay, I like Bryant Jennings. I said before, I thought he was, you know, potentially one of the top guys coming up in the heavyweight division. I was talking 18 months ago, and he's done a good job overall. But that fight with Perez showed his faults. Yeah, that was a very close fight. If you look at the fight, watch it again. People had it for Perez, some had it for Jennings. A lot of Perez fans were like, and Perez himself was like quite disgusted, saying that how the hell I didn't win that fight. Yeah.
Now we know why.
Yeah. Perez is a Cuban world champion, junior world champion. He has technical skills, and he knows boxing. He's got that IQ there. His IQ compared to Vladimir's is not even on the same page. Yeah. If Perez could confuse and cause Jennings problems, and Perez is barely 6 foot, a 6'6", 245 scientist in the ring is going to give him problems. Seriously, Doctor SteelHammer. Dr. SteelHammer.
I love their nicknames. Are the greatest nicknames in boxing. Where's it, Dr. Iron Fist and Dr. SteelHammer?
It's going to give him problems. It's going to give him serious problems. If you get past Vladimir's jab, which is like a right hand, you've got to deal with the right hand. Yeah. And
what did you say? If you get past his jab, which is like the right hand in terms of power.
Yeah, that's good. You still have to deal with the right hand. And then when Vladimir does open up, it's not. When he does with the hooks or the uppercuts, just ask Pulev. Yeah. What we're talking about. It's a different ball game. You know, I think to beat Wladimir or to be competitive at Wladimir, you need great athleticism, but you need size, you need some power, and you need some composure. I don't think Jennings is big enough. I don't think he's experienced enough. Yeah. I don't think he has the overall power to trouble Wladimir. Yeah. And that's it sounds like I'm discrediting Jennings. I'm not. I like Jennings, but it's a big step up, like you said.
It's a huge step up. I mean, look, when we watched the David Haye fight, and I was very much like, David Haye's got too much speed, and David Haye hits hard as well, and Vladimir's a monster. He's not slow either. Don't be fooled and think he's flat-footed. He's not as flat-footed as you think. Yeah. Remember, this guy had Emmanuel Stewart with him as well for what, 6-7 years. He's learned a lot in that time. Obviously, Emmanuel Stewart's gone now, but he's still got that kind of, if you like, the teachings with what's his name? His current trainer. I forgot his name.
Sugar Hill.
Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks. Yeah, Sugar Hill's there as well. Yeah.
So he's got all that experience as well. He's still keeping that. Bryant Jennings just isn't good enough for this. Yeah. And there's not this, I feel like we're maybe not talking about the fight as much. It's hard to talk about this fight as much because Wladimir Klitschko, I think, is that dominant. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I genuinely believe it. I'm not taking a piss. I think he could beat 2 or 3 heavyweights on the same night. I think he's that bloody good.
In my opinion, to give it more perspective, when you're saying Bryant Jennings is not good enough right now, I don't think there's not one heavyweight out there right now that is good enough.
No, you're right, because you look at who they've got in the top 3 or 4, and they've got Tyson Fury, they've got Deontay Wilder, Staverne's still around in the heavyweight, and Povetkin that he's already beat, and Pulev that he's already beat. I don't think it's there. And like I said, let's go to the David Haye fight. We'll watch this fight at my house as well, and I was telling everyone Klitschko was going to destroy David Haye, even though it was a comfortable points win. Everyone was saying the speed, the this, the that, and everything. But I'm saying you got to take all things into account. You're looking at one side of the fight. You can look at the other side of the fight as well. Look where Vladimir's come from. 20 years. 20 years. He won the 19 years. The Olympics, 1996, gold medalist. Former world champion. He's gone through the good times and the bad times. Know what I mean? He's fought all the contenders you're supposed to fight, all the names in the division from 96, 97 he turned pro till now. You can't. Bryant Jennings is too small as well. Yeah, he's too small. I don't know how much he weighs, but I've seen some videos. He's been putting up some stuff on Instagram, photos and posing. And look at him thinking, geez, he looks like a cruiserweight. Yeah, he's ripped. He's cut. He's ripped. Too cut. They say he's about 6'2" and he's about 220, 225. In terms of a man, it's a big man. But in terms of fighting Wladimir Klitschko or modern, even a Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder or modern heavyweight, it's not big enough. Yeah, it's not, is it? It's not big enough. Like you guys know, what I said, I'm 6'2". Yeah, I'm not 220. I'm about 200, but it's not big enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you go to boxing clubs and boxing gyms, that's down to other guys who are heavyweights who are 6'2". My height, like they're huge. You know what I mean? It's just not big enough. That's right. So obviously they're trying to do this fight in America. Yeah. No, you don't have to be a genius. Deontay Wilder now is a champion over there. Are they trying to just get that fight and almost push aside the likes of Fury and the rest of them? Okay, in my opinion, Deontay Wilder would not get to fight Wladimir ever. Al Heyman's too smart for that. Al Heyman's going to keep them separate, hoping Wladimir retires shortly. Wladimir is 38 years old now. Yeah. He's doesn't look it. He's got a newborn baby. Yeah, he has. Got a newborn baby. He's coming to the end of his career. He's got a 3-fight deal with HBO. 1 fight, so he's got 2 more fights left. He's kind of he's already cleared the division already, and he's cleaning it again. There's not much more for him to do. Yeah. So realistically, expect him to call it a day shortly. Is it a good thing if he does, without sounding? Would it make it a more competitive division, if you like? Yes, it'll make it a much more competitive division. But when you've been a pro for 20 years and you've got all the titles that everything you can do, there's not really much more for him to achieve. Will Tyson Fury, you said Deontay Wilder won't fight him. Will Tyson Fury fight him? I think Tyson Fury will get a shot. You think he'll get the shot? Yeah. Tyson Fury's in a mandatory position. It's a fight that sells, it makes money. Tyson Fury's known in America well, he went on the UK. It's a fight that sells quite easily. Where will it happen? And Frank Warren's open. Frank Warren and Mick Hayes is very open towards it. You think it'll happen in London? Possibility. Wembley? Possibility. Is it a Wembley fight? Is it that big? Yeah. It is that big, isn't it? It is that big. Yeah. It's a possibility. I'd love to see that fight. Yeah. I'd like to see that fight. Entertaining fight for a few rounds, I think. Yeah, for a few rounds. But I don't. Again, like I said, I don't think there's any heavyweight in the world right now that could give Wladimir a decent run for his money. It may be, guys. I don't. Hopefully, in the video, you're not thinking, "Oh my God, you guys are just." It may be that we've been slightly disrespectful. It's not because we're just thinking of Wladimir as one of the best heavyweights of all time. No, he is. And that's the problem. These guys now that are fighting him are fighting one of the best heavyweights of all time. And people might say, "Yeah, but it's not that he's fighting bums people. It's just that he's making these guys look like bums." You only can fight what's in front of you. You can't beat. Make up fighters. You can't. It's not that your Xbox or your P2 and you just got P3 and say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a new fight on my Xbox." You can't make fighters. You have to fight what's in front of you. That's what's there. People would look at Wladimir and say he's got knocked out, he ain't got a great chin or so and so. That's cool. Try tag that chin. That's the problem. Yeah. We want the greatest fighters of all time. Yes, Ali could have done it. Yes, this one could have died. But they're the best. The top 1, the top 2, the top 3. When you're saying, look, the top 15 or the top 20 or the top 10 of all time, that's hallowed ground. So yes, some of those guys can catch him, but some can't. Yeah. All right. So do I even need to ask you for a prediction for this Klitschko Jennings fight? Prediction: Klitschko by stoppage. Yeah. Yeah. Klitschko's too big, too experienced, too versatile. Yeah. I think I like Bryant Jennings. Everyone knows I like Bryant Jennings, but I think it's a few fights too soon. I think 10. Yeah. And I think he doesn't have enough power overall to give Wladimir problems. Okay. Late stoppage. Around 8-9. Yeah, I'm going with that. You know, if Wladimir turns it up, and I mean turns it up early, this could even get out there quicker, like he done against Pulev, like he done against Lapai. Where he just seems to say, okay, I'll turn this up. Do you know what I mean? But I expect Jennings' movement and speed to cause a bit of problems. He hasn't fought anyone with that kind of movement or speed since Klitschko. Povetkin didn't really have speed. Maris Vac, none of them have really got that kind of speed. So I expect Jennings, so as soon as he catches him, like you said, the right hand, the jab is like a right hand. Where does Jennings go if he loses?
He'd go back. There'd be no shading to Klitschko. Who'll have a nice warm-up fight and he'll be back in the mix in a fight or two. You know, just want to touch on the point you said a minute ago about the Pulev fight. Pulev came out to fight and tried to hurt Wladimir to try and stamp his respect.
Straight away.
And that's why he got knocked out.
It's like you.
Jennings is not that silly. Jennings is gonna try to box him and try, but Jennings knows he has to box Klitschko and try to wear him down, make him tired, and outpoint him. That's why the fight will go longer, because Jennings won't make those silly mistakes. Okay,
guys, if you haven't ever watched it, go on YouTube and watch the official Klitschko kind of YouTube channel. It is amazing. Some of the background stuff that you don't see. Honestly, it's quality. That and GGG, they're almost taking their kind of like their promotional social media stuff to another level. It's fantastic little viewing, 2-minute videos. That's all it is, but it shows you the stuff that we just don't get to see. And I love it, especially in the change room with Vitali. Vitali's like a bloody bodyguard. He's not just a brother; he's a bodyguard. My God, everywhere he walks, you see the guy behind him, an inch taller behind him. It's so intimidating. But guys, there you go. So look, Bryant Jennings, Wladimir Klitschko. Fight that goes down in America. It's Klitschko's first fight here since Sultan Ibragimov.
In 2006, 2007.
2006. And let's be honest, it wasn't a great fight. He's come back now. He's a guy that's on such a ride right now. It's ridiculous. They are going to try and make the Fury fight in America. I think they're going to try and do it in America. You know, weird. But you're trying to say they ain't going to do Deontay Wilder fight because Al Heyman's never going to miss that.
Another thing as well, just quickly talking about how high Klitschko is right now. Reading Ring Magazine's new edition, I just noticed they've got Vladimir #2 pound for pound. They've dropped Andre Ward to 4 because of inactivity.
Should be lower.
Hacker's #3, Vladimir #2, and I guess what? I'll find it very hard to argue that.
Could he get #1? All depends if my man loses, doesn't he? Could he get #1? I don't think so. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. You know the usual, tweet, Instagram, subscribe, follow us, email us, boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk. We will get back to you, we always do.